Imagine a cornerstone of Europe's energy future, those towering wind turbines and the power grids keeping our lights on, suddenly threatened by an influx of dirt-cheap steel from halfway around the world. This isn't just a business story, it's a wake-up call about how global trade battles are reshaping industries and livelihoods right here on our continent. In a move that's as surprising as it is concerning, Thyssenkrupp Steel division has announced it will pause production of electrical steel across Europe for a brief period. This vital material, essential for crafting components in wind turbines and electrical power systems, is under siege from affordable imports originating in Asia. The company warns that this external pressure could endanger an extra 1,200 jobs, adding fuel to an already blazing fire in the sector. But here's where it gets controversial. The decision underscores the intense struggles facing Europe's steel industry amid international trade tensions. Chinese competitors are flooding the market with surplus production, slashing prices by up to a quarter, according to insiders in the field. This isn't just about cheaper goods, it's a classic example of how global oversupply from one region can disrupt local economies elsewhere, forcing tough choices on companies trying to stay afloat. To put it simply, electrical steel is a specialized product that's key to our renewable energy push. Without it, the shift to greener power sources could hit roadblocks. Thyssenkrupp Steel Europe, TKSE, which ranks as Europe's second-largest steel producer, is already grappling with broader challenges. They're slashing or shifting 11,000 jobs overseas as part of their response to the crisis, and discussions about selling to India's Jindal Steel International are heating up. These potential new cuts of 1,200 positions would dramatically increase the total job losses, bringing them to roughly 45% of TKSE's entire workforce, up from the current 40%. It's a stark reminder of how interconnected economic pressures can snowball, affecting not just workers but entire communities reliant on manufacturing. Specifically, TKSE plans to halt operations at its electrical steel facilities in Germany and France starting mid-December through the end of the year. From January onward, the site in Isbergues, France, will run at only half capacity for at least 4 months. This temporary shutdown is their way of weathering the storm, but it raises eyebrows about long-term sustainability. We can't overstate the importance of grain-oriented electrical steel. It's the backbone of Europe's energy setup and our path to a cleaner future, stated TKSE CEO Marie Gironi in a recent announcement. We're deeply dedicated to keeping production local and are actively pushing for stronger market safeguards to level the playing field for this crucial resource. And this is the part most people miss. Despite EU efforts to curb tariff-free steel imports by nearly halving quotas and adding a 50% duty on overages, grain-oriented electrical steel, GOES, a high-grade type used in transformers and motors, doesn't fall under these protections yet. Data from Eurostat reveals that GOES imports have tripled in the last 3 years, with a 50% surge already in 2025. This spike is largely a spillover effect from stricter US steel tariffs, redirecting Asian supplies to Europe and exacerbating the imbalance. Think of it like rerouting traffic after a roadblock. What was meant to protect one market ends up causing congestion in another. We've seen similar patterns in various industries, where trade policies in one country create unintended ripples elsewhere, potentially benefiting exporters at the expense of local producers. Alongside Poland Stahl Product SA, TKSE stands as one of the few remaining European entities still manufacturing this material. Meanwhile, giants like China's Baowu, South Korea's POSCO, and Japan's Nippon Steel dominate exports to the continent, often leveraging economies of scale that smaller European players can't match. This situation begs some big questions. Is it fair for global trade rules to allow such imbalances, or should Europe prioritize domestic production to safeguard jobs and energy security? And here's a controversial angle to ponder. Some argue that embracing cheaper imports could accelerate technological innovation and lower costs for consumers, but at what cost to local workers and industries? Does the pursuit of cheap goods outweigh the need for resilient, homegrown supply chains? What do you think? Do you side with protecting European jobs through stricter trade barriers, or is a more open global market the way forward? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take on this growing debate.